already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. I just wanted to come on here briefly, man, and chop it up. It seems like Turkey Al-Sheik, Roy Jones Jr., and a lot of boxing analysts and former boxers trying to push my boy David Benavidez to go fight Alexander Usyk at heavyweight. Woo! Man, that's the topic, man. I'm trying to figure out how can I digest that situation. Opposed to fighting Ja Apataya. Man, there's many ways to look at this. Dave Benavidez just came up from 168 to 175, then to 200. Now y'all asking this man to go fight a heavyweight, somebody, the best heavyweight fighter in the world. Y'all asking him to do that tough task of going to fight Alexander Usyk, because we all know that Alexander Usyk is on his way out. If he wants to challenge himself to greatness, it's one way to look at it. Or if you're gonna let everyone get in your head to end yourself, that's another way to look at it. Roy Jones, out of everybody else, should know that's exactly what happened to him. They was pushing him to the higher and higher weights just for him to lose. And I'm trying to figure out, is this something that's being done to David Benavidez? David Benavidez, man, right now, in my eyesight, is one of the best boxers in the world. Outside of Alexander Usyk, outside of, um, I'll say, Inoue, I'll say Devin Haney, and I'll say Shakur Stevenson. Since Terrence Crawford retired, right? Uh, my deal is this. If it's all about the bag and a chance to taste greatness, I think it's a good idea. But outside of that, he has to understand that he is the potential chance that Alexander Usyk is going to school him and may take a lot out of him, because we all know that David Benavidez is there to be hit. Can he take a punch from a heavyweight fighter, a one that who has taken punches from Tyson Fury? He's taking punches from AJ. I mean, he's Alexander Usyk has fought all of the great heavyweights. Only one left for him to fight is a Deontay Wilder. That's the only one he hadn't fought. He fought all the rest of them. Daniel Dubois, he fought all of them. Not saying that David Benavidez can't do it. It's the thing about, should you do it right now, or should you fight Ja Apataya then go up? Because we already know Ja Apataya is going to be a hell of a task also. But, you know, I get it. Everyone's moving on the point that he's hot right now. He's the shit right now. Everybody is, wanting to see him because of his last fight, the way how he schooled his last opponent. Get it? You as good as your last fight, right? And right now, everything's on top of the world for David Benavidez. I mean, I've been rocking with him since my boy Coach. Y'all know that. But at the end of the day, we speaking about Alexander Usyk, man. I don't know if that's a good idea for him to go all the way up there and Alexander Usyk, because we all know a guy like Usyk, man, is a hell of a fighter, even though he's on his way out of boxing. All the rest of the heavyweights, I mean, Turkey Al-Sheik don't care for him to fight him, but they want him to fight Alexander Usyk. If they're gonna pay him the $50 million bag like they paid Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, hell yeah, he should do it. If it's gonna be life-changing money, yes, go ahead and do it. Win, lose, or draw, you still win financially. And then, like I say, he can always go back down and fight anybody else. who's willing to fight him, because as you can see, nobody's willing to fight the dude, man. Besides Jabba Ty, but Jabba Ty is over there at Zuffa, so who even knows if that fight could even be made? I mean, we all just seen how this man just destroyed Zerto, Mr. Gilberto. You seen how he just destroyed Zerto, bro. We seen that. So at the end of the day, sky's the limit for David Benavidez. We see that his power transcends up. My only problem with David Benavidez, the only thing I dislike about his fighting skills is that he get hit a lot. And getting hit by a heavyweight could not, that won't be so good. That won't be what you need. You understand? So that's my whole deal. So at the end of the day, if they're gonna give him life changing money, 50 mil on up, it's a great idea. If they try to give him pocket change, what boxers call pocket change today, I wouldn't do it. I think he'll still have the potential to beat a guy like a Japatalia, any one of the other smaller heavyweights or cruiserweights, and then eventually move to heavyweight if that's what he decides. But he still got a lot more on the plate down there at 168 and 175 that he got to clear up, and he can become undisputed. You know, that's the only catch to this whole deal. Why should he just move up? Because at the end of the day, all they're gonna say is that his guy's never been undisputed. He's never gotten all the belts. This guy's never been unified. See, don't ask this man to move all the way up without capturing all these belts, knowing that he can capture all the belts at 168 and 175, because ain't nobody at 168 or 175 that can touch him. So it's a lot of food down there that he can still capture, opposed to trying to make him go all the way up to the heavyweight and with a big chance of losing. That's my catch right there. Because you know how we are, the boxing supporters. If ever been beat ass, man, he ain't never got no belts. He's been champion twice. But I'm just saying, he ain't never become unified. He ain't never become. They'll later come back and use that shit against him. He's never been undisputed. Because look how Jamel Charlos looked at when he tried his chance for greatness to go and fight a guy like Canelo. After he lost to Canelo, who was a way bigger fighter, everybody using the shit against him. They don't look at the chance that you took, a chance at greatness. All they think about is, oh, you lost. So that's something to him, for him to think about. I'll be honest with you, man. He's one of the best fighters right now, man. And right now he's on fire. So I say if they offer him the bag, life changing money for him and his family, have at it. Take a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But it gotta pay to play. Gotta pay to play. So she can know that. And I think the fight will make money. The fight will sell if it's in America. I mean, coming off the fight, beating Zerto the way that he beat Zerto, the 8-punch combination, destroying him. Hey, man, I think everybody will love to see him fight Usyk. 'Cause, because Usyk, everybody know what he about. What's going on with the crush? The legend in the building. Salute, salute, salute. I'm just tripping off, man. They trying to get my boy David Benavidez, man, to go all the way up to heavyweight and fight the best heavyweight in the world. Shit. They want him to in the world, man. Like, is it a chance to taste greatness, or do they just want to see him lose? I know with Terrence Crawford, they wanted to see him lose, but he showed and done different. Shakur Stevenson was the first one to say it. Well, David Benavidez should move up to heavyweight and fight Alexander Usyk. And guess what? With all that talk, that might just be it. He might just do it. Yeah. It better be this is the guy, bro. Been rocking with him. As you can see on the picture, been rocking with him. But I just want to see what happens, man. I don't know, man. I think if it's life changing money for him and his family, do it. Other than that, I think he should just go ahead and stay and clean up 168, 175. Unless nobody at 168, nobody at 175 want to fight him, then he can go ahead and play. Then he can go ahead and move up because he'll have no other choice. But definitely the Canelo fight is off the table. I wouldn't waste my time with Canelo. Canelo probably seen what you did to Soto. He ain't gonna want none. I mean, he been seeing how he been knowing something about David Benavidez, so that ain't no surprise. So that's my whole deal with all of this, man. It's just I want to see the best fight the best, man, but it has to make sense. Because how many weight classes would this man be moving up, bro? He'll be going all the way from 168. We know that, right? 168 all the way to heavyweight. That shit got to make sense, bro. Even though he had a fight at 200 at cruiserweight. You know, it has to make sense. If it's life changing money, hell yeah. I'll go fight Alexander Usyk right now for some life changing money. Give a shit. Do David Benavidez have what it takes to defeat a guy like Alexander Usyk? Man, in a boxing ring, in that square circle, anything can happen, bro. It could be anybody's night, any given day, any given time. And we all know that. So it's always a chance. So at the end of the day, he just got to go out there and prove himself, but it has to make sense, man. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing it. And who I would rock with during that fight, David Benavidez, 100%. It's David Benavidez versus everybody. That's just what it is, bro. Um, but I think there's a lot of food down there still at 168, 175 for him to clear up. I wouldn't mind seeing him grab and stash some belts, become undisputed, and then he can go upstairs and do whatever, everybody else is calling him to do. At the end of the day, if he doesn't do things like that, like if he doesn't capture the belts and become undisputed somewhere, somehow, that's going to be the talk. I'm telling you ahead of time, that's gonna be the talk. Oh, he ain't never become this. He ain't never did this. He never had these accomplishments. We all know that. They're gonna start talking about his accomplishments. Even though this man just took a shot at greatness, going all the way up to heavyweight. Even though that man went up in weight and destroyed Zerto at cruiserweight. They're not gonna look at all that. All they're gonna think about is those straps. It's all they're gonna think about. So at the end of the day, it all has to make sense, man. And I think David Benavidez right now is the hottest thing on in boxing. I'm ready to see him back in the ring. But at the end of the day, I you know I just knew what happened to Roy Jones. How everybody was beating his head. They wanted to fight a bigger fighter. They wanted to see him. They just wanted to see him lose, bro. I'm trying to figure out is this the same thing right here, right now? This dude is definitely El Monstro, dog. It's what it is, man. But at the end of the day, can't let everybody get in his head. You know, they ain't even talking about, hey, let this man get a tune up at heavyweight. They talking about going straight for the key, straight for Alexander Usyk. Well, in that case, if y'all want him to go straight for Alexander Usyk, the pay got to make sense. Because I get it. If you try to fight a guy like a Ja Apatow and he loses, that fight with Alexander Usyk is off the table. I get it. seize the opportunity while it's there. I'm 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 definitely in agreement with that also. But the pay and everything else for your career and the longevity of his career, all that got to go in place. All that have to be talked about. We just can't just look at, hey, fight this dude with a chance, to get his belts and chance at greatness at heavyweight. Cause you beat the guy who beat all the guys. Man, that should have looked so awesome. And then I would say this: if he was to beat a guy like Usyk, where would he go from there? God, skies would be the limit for him. But again, we'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. Cause at the end of the day, bro, I think that right now he's the baddest man in boxing, bro. He's the face of Mexican Independence Day now. Cinco de Mayo and all the Mexican holidays. Canelo lost that opportunity. If I was David, I'd fight again in September on the other Mexican holiday. Excuse me. Just to prove a point. I think Canelo Alvarez already have a fight planned on or around that day, on or around that holiday, but shit. Who fight would you rather see at this point? David Benavidez or Canelo, you know? Being a boxing supporter, I want to see both of them. So, being a supporter, support one on one weekend, one on the other weekend. The weekend before, the weekend after. Because I want to see it at the end of the day. I think that David Benavidez is one of the best fighters right now, of this time right now, that we're speaking of. Um, I heard the other day that I was on one of the boxing channels, and they had a great topic about pound for pound. Pound for pound, the definition of pound for pound is if they take you out of your current class and put you in the lower class and higher classes, will you be able to perform just as good and be the man? David Benavidez is proving that, bro. He's went from 160 to 200 right now. That's 4 weight classes. And then getting ready to prove greatness at heavyweight. That'll be 5 classes. That's what pound for pound. That's the definition of for pound for pound. So all that other shit, a dude been fighting in the same weight class forever, they shouldn't even be looked at as pound for pound because you got to be able to move up, move down, whatever. That's what he's doing. That's what pound for pound is at the end of the day. So I just want to throw it out there. He should be ranked number 1, 2, or 3 right now, pound for pound. Pound for pound is whoever it is on your pound for pound list should have fought at other weight classes, at least 3 other weight classes, and definitely defeated those weight classes and demolished people in the weight classes, bro. If you hadn't done that in the other weight classes, you've been in the same weight class, just 1 or 2 weight classes, you shouldn't even be on the pound for pound list, bro. That's what we gotta do. We gotta put like stipulation on there, at least 3 weight classes like that. So that's what I'm talking about, man. Just my take, man. With that being said, y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know who this is. Boxing News, man. I'm always out here, bro, just talking my shit, dog. Because at the end of the day, y'all know one thing. David Benavidez is one of the best boxers of this time right now. Because y'all going to see him real soon. The monster. And I'm out.